China's World Heritage. Classical Gardens of Suzhou. There is heaven above, Suzhou and Hangzhou below. Suzhou is an internationalized, modern and fashionable metropolis. Hidden between its laneways are locations of peace and tranquility. With jade green waters that flow by and reflect nearby pavilions. These are the world-famous Suzhou Gardens. In general, Suzhou Gardens are not very big. The larger ones occupy 4 to 5 mu of land, while the smaller ones are less than 1 mu. Particular attention is paid to the garden's artistic design, which is deeply influenced by Chinese arts, literature, and paintings. Imagine a green hill in the distance and flowers and shrubs surrounding a pool of emerald water that reflects nearby buildings and platforms. It's comparable to traditional freehand landscape paintings. Suzhou Gardens use natural landscapes, but also transcend nature. People say that it is similar to a three-dimensional painting, poetry in a physical form, or music that you can touch. According to historical records, development of Suzhou Gardens began in the 6th century BC. The number of gardens reached a peak of over 500, and thus it is no surprise that Suzhou came to be called the City of Gardens. Suzhou Gardens are representative of private gardens, delicately compact, refreshing, and elegant. The humble administrator's garden, lingering garden, and Lion Grove Garden are some of the 9 classical examples of Suzhou Gardens registered in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1997 and 2000. The humble administrator's garden has the largest area among Suzhou Gardens, with its layout mainly focusing on the water features. It was fresh and elegant with buildings scattered in a perfect arrangement. This garden is divided into 3 parts, and the most famous is the Central Garden. Occupying 1/5 of the Central Garden area is the pool, which looks like a lake, with a vast expanse of mists and ripples. Houses built along the water bring the characteristics of the water villages of south of the Yangtze River into the garden. "16 different styles of bridges, straight or bent, overhead or ground level, etc., allowing visitors to appreciate the charm of the local people's lifestyle in less than 20 minutes. The lotuses in the garden stand erect and elegant, with their fragrance reaching everywhere. The ancient Chinese would often describe the lotus flower and compare it to people. The lotus grows out of the mud, but is never contaminated. It rises out of the water without seeming too fragile. The message is to encourage people to stay pure and clean, and maintain an elegant character that will not be tarnished by worldly impurities. The lingering garden has a small vestibule, darkened corridors, and a half-sheltered narrow courtyard. It is fascinating to see through the doors and windows, as though one is looking at a landscape painting. Suzhou Gardens have many such designs. Called guangchang, doors or windows are used to frame the scenery. Viewed from a certain angle, it looks like one painting, and from another angle, it looks like another painting. When the location is changed, the scenery adjusts. The painting is thus altered by people's movements. Although the Master of Net's garden occupies the smallest area, the buildings are exceptionally beautiful. The garden's design fully demonstrates the ideas of ancient Chinese culture. The height of the front door's threshold is used to show the owner's rank. In ancient times, people of status would ride sedan chairs, and they would only disembark at the sedan chair hall. The grand reception hall is where the owner would greet visitors or hold important family activities, with very particular decorations. For family activities, the highest-ranking male and female hosts would sit on the chairs facing south. For meeting distinguished guests, the host would sit on the left side of the honored guest, and the others would sit on the chairs facing east or west. The Tai Shi Yi, a chair with handrails on both sides, is the seat for the highest-ranking individual. The Master of Net's garden is called Number 1 Building in south of Yangtze River, where on the bricks are engraved with historical stories as well as designs of birds, animals, flowers, and shrubs. These are not only used for decorative purposes, but also to express people's wishes for blessing. The mountain villa with embracing beauty has man-made mountains that look like imposing high peaks, exhibiting spontaneous energy from treacherous cliffs, dells, and deep lakes, making it difficult to distinguish from natural mountains. Ancient skilled craftsmen could, based on the size, shape, crevice, and texture of the rocks of Taihu Lake, skillfully match, connect, and embed stones of varying sizes and build them into excellent pieces to construct these man-made mountains, which appear to have been made in heaven. The Canlang Pavilion is the oldest among the existing Suzhou gardens. Built in the 9th century AD by a high-ranking Song dynasty official named Su Shunqing. The pavilion's name came from a poem about the natural life of a recluse. The pavilion is surrounded by pine trees, green grass, and ethereal water scenery. It consists of 108 lattice windows without a duplicating design, which are as beautiful and picturesque as paintings and poetry. There are also long corridors that twist and turn, meandering effortlessly. The Lion Grove Garden has a series of awesome peaks, many resembling the shape of the lions. The man-made mountains occupy 1/5 of the Lion Grove Garden. It is the largest man-made rock mountain in China and is divided into upper, middle, and lower levels. Complete with 9 winding mountain trails spiraling, assembling, dispersing, and entangling in the body of the mountains, with complicated lines weaving through, it may be easy to enter, but not easy to come out. There are also 11 caves, hidden in peculiar summits and secluded ravines, making it resemble a labyrinth rather than a man-made mountain. The Couple Garden Retreat has the largest Yellowstone man-made mountains of Suzhou Gardens. It is rare to find another one which has been piled up individually like that. The artistic Yangguangge is the largest water pavilion amongst Suzhou Gardens. Whether during ancient times or in the present day, to be able to sit and enjoy a cup of tea or observe the fish while letting the warm and moist breeze caress your face is a delight usually found only in poetry. Tui Siyuan, built on the water banks, captures the essence of the craftsman. One almost has the feeling of treading on emerald waves. Over the past several hundred years, the masters of the gardens have enjoyed their daily lives there, feasting, drinking, meeting guests, reading and writing. One can enjoy a refreshing breeze, a clear moonlit night, swaying willows, and fragrant lotuses. How poetic and picturesque. Harmony between man and nature, a living environment that unifies life in the arts. These are precisely the ideals of which modern people are in pursuit.